Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. I make the moon blue. I make him pigs fly. Now I move mountains. I would have beaten the heart of a crash test dummy. I'm more so astounded. Yeah. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Though certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Keeps it on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Derek Carr hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Carr. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Now a give. Running left is Harris. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled in the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Hey, we're good.
Harris running straight ahead. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they held him to just a yard.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And going to the box is a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's done again. Well, last game we had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
He spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Malik McDowell, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. These two teams all tied after one. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Left side here, that's the tight end fan. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. They're going deep for Hill. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, due to the long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. That's complete to his tight end flyer move. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 3rd and 4.
It's not cool about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end, and now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Carr. Here's Freiermuth again. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They hand this off to Harris. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Play action. Now it's Carr. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 63 yards. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
On the give, this is Harris. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
That play reminded me a lot of my former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your right linebacker. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Here's Carr to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. Demoralizing going off the field. Now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
44-yard
gains yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Carr. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The good signal calls will never go back in the huddle and play the brain game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Pass complete, George Pickens with it. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call. They're opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And going deep for Hill. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run again with Harris. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
The plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On play action, now Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is, his ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And some space here. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
This is Harris. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. They'll run with Harris. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Harris is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Najee Harris, well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up. But I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
They'll try to run with Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded on the launch here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Boswell's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps a deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. They'll set up a throw. Trucks over him. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And the Steelers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Doesn't matter whether it's zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Jet sweep. Carr bats it forward.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Carr now to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he will have a Steelers first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Now a first down carry for Harris. To about the 26 here.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
And I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on his faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On third down, here's Harris. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Got his man. It's Thornton. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is the tight end fan. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They'll look to throw again. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Tyquan Thornton, 42 yards. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Mcfly is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning is played, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively. Being able to stop them and bring up the key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Carr. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Returnable for Lockett. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Next to score, the Steelers 26, Seahawks 14. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Gets this to Fant. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This one goes underneath to Walker, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. A good gain on 1st, has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
He's got his tight end Fant. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. Back to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Walker. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Late game situation, things seem to be unraveling just a little bit, and that's when you start forcing the football, mainly out of necessity. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete, nearly picked off.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 23. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory. So for Pittsburgh, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.